more analysis on this, Joe Siracusa joins me live from Melbourne. He's an inaugural professor of global futures at Curtin University. Professor, great to see you. Great to have you with us here on TRT World. I mean, we still don't know anything about the motive, but what's your reaction to the shootings?
Good morning. Well, look, my reaction is, I'm appalled like anybody else. We're shocked, but we're not surprised. I mean, Australia from time to time suffers these kinds of mass casualty attacks and even terrorist attacks. Australia has been hit very, very hard. In Bali in 2002, a young man went crazy in 1996 and killed 35 people, I think, in Tasmania at Port Arthur. And we've had the Lind Cafe siege and all these other kinds of things. Look, Australians aren't quite sure what to make of this. The difference between a mass casualty, a mass killing, and a terrorist attack is all in the minds. It's all in the mind of the attacker, isn't it? And so we know very little about this father and son. And so right now, they're saying it's a terrorist attack because of the Jewish community was having a picnic on the beach or that time of night, etc. So it's got that kind of anti-Semitic element. But look, terrorist attacks in Australia on Australians are irrespective of religion. If the terrorists want to come for you, they just come for you. But look, it does shock Australians. I mean, they're not quite sure what to make of it yet. And there'll probably be a very deep, what we call royal commission. That is a fully paid look into what was going on and where they come from. And Australians can be very introspective about this because they've got the time, money, and the leisure to do so. They're not exactly on anybody's battle lines. But as I say, it's an awful thing this time of year. And it does happen in Australia from time to time. But you've got to make this distinction between mass casualty killings. And of course, we've had about 400 or 500 in the United States this year alone. And what's happening here? Is it a terrorist attack? Well, the two attackers have Arabic names. The man who is the hero of the day has a Muslim name. He disarmed one of the attackers. So, you can't, it's not one of those straight up and down things. But it has caused Australians to look inward, as a matter of fact. And the gun laws, by the way, are very good here. It's pretty hard to get a gun. The trouble is that ASIO, which is Australia's FBI, looked 6 years ago into the lives of one of these two people and said they were okay. So there's that kind of thing. How long can you track somebody before you're in a Tom Cruise movie called Minority Report, before you're reporting crimes before they're committed? So it's very, very hard to track people like that. But look, the world should take notice of what's going on here. I mean, the Australian response will be very moderate. I know there are a lot of people trying to score political points on this, including Prime Minister Netanyahu. That is not the case at all. That is not the case at all. This is not as a result of any one party doing this thing or that thing. 27 million Australians who discovered this news last night, and they were shocked. I mean, they weren't surprised because it has happened before, and they have absorbed a number of blows. But you never quite get used to this, do you? To find out that innocent people are killed by strangers. I mean, it just boggles the mind.
Professor, what's your navigation through how the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has been handling the crisis?
Well, he's trying to sail between two difficult places. His political party has come out very strongly in favor of a two-state solution, which I don't think has much to do with what happened yesterday. So he's trying to kind of water this thing down a little bit. At the same time, he's trying to get Australians to reflect about what's going on. And of course, his problem is not controlling guns. It's pretty hard to get a gun here anyway. It's managing social expectations. What do you expect your government to do? Well, next to the Americans, they're doing a great deal. I mean, the American government doesn't do a damn thing about controlling guns, as is protected in the Second Amendment. Australia, of course, has leeway to do so and has been doing so for years. So he's going to have to sort of maneuver this and make sure it doesn't turn into a political issue. And right now, he's trying to be the mourner in chief, which I think is very good, and kudos for him. But as I say, it's just an odd thing. This beach, this Bondi beach, is sort of one of their iconic sites. It's everybody in Australia knows it. Many people have been there, millions of people, and to have an assault on a beach like that in the middle of a very peaceful setting is just It's just sort of, it's very upsetting to the body politic.
Professor Joe Siracusa, fascinating insights. Thanks very much for joining me here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.
Thank you.